Greetings, little dreamers. Welcome once again to Dreamy Bedtime Tales. As the stars twinkle above, we'll gather under the blanket of night to lose ourselves in a magical world where dreams come true. Today, we have a heartwarming tale about a bunny named Benny, a bunny with a big dream. His dream is to leap high enough to reach the most delicious, most scrumptious leaves resting on the topmost branches of the tallest trees. Will Benny's dream be too ambitious, or will his story prove that with enough perseverance and practice, even the biggest dreams can become a reality? Without any further ado, let's dive right into our tale. Chapter 1. Benny the Bunny. In the heart of a lush, expansive meadow, kissed by the warm, inviting rays of the sunlight, lived a small, spirited bunny named Benny. His soft, mottled fur was a wonderful sight to behold, shimmering under the brilliant daylight like a beautiful tapestry woven by nature. His eyes sparkled with unending curiosity and joy, the gleam within them often outshining the glistening dewdrops on the meadow's grass blades. He hopped and bounded about with the enthusiasm of youth, each leap filled with vivacity, and each bound echoing with his infectious joy. He left in his wake a trail of happiness, his spirit too exuberant to be contained. Yet, beneath his outwardly cheery demeanor, Benny held within his heart an audacious dream. He longed to jump higher than any bunny ever had, to reach the most delicious, the most appetizing leaves that grew on the topmost branches of the tallest trees in the meadow. Chapter 2. The desire to jump higher. As the dawn unfurled its majestic hues, painting the sky in resplendent strokes of crimson, gold, and soft pinks, Benny often found himself seated at the foot of the tallest tree. He would tilt his head up, his gaze trailing the tall tree trunk, following it up to its highest branches. The leaves that danced there, pushed into a gentle sway by the breeze, appeared to be the lushest, the most flavorful, a true feast for an herbivore's senses. His fellow inhabitants of the meadow, a variety of creatures big and small, often advised him that those leaves were too high for a bunny, that no matter how hard he tried, he wouldn't reach them. But Benny, eternally optimistic and a steadfast dreamer, refused to concede to their discouraging words. He kept his desire alive, letting it fuel his determination. He made a resolve to prove them all wrong, and embarked on a personal mission to jump high enough to reach those tantalizing leaves. Chapter 3. The first attempt. One morning arrived that was imbued with an extra dose of brightness, and Benny decided it was the ideal day to attempt his dream jump. His heart pounded with anticipation, the pulse of his excitement reverberating through his small body. He readied himself, conducting a few quick stretches to loosen his muscles. Then he bent his legs and gathered all his strength, his gaze focused on the elusive leaves. Pushing off the ground, he propelled himself upward, but despite his best efforts, he could only brush against the lower branches, the tantalizing leaves remaining out of his reach. However, Benny was not one to surrender easily. Unfazed by his initial failure, he made several more attempts. He jumped repeatedly, pushing himself harder with each leap, striving to reach the apex of his jump, but the leaves continued to elude him. Chapter 4. Practice makes perfect. Despite the initial setback, Benny remained undeterred. He knew that achieving a dream didn't happen overnight. It was a journey filled with challenges and trials, and success required patience, continued effort, and, most importantly, practice. He devoted himself to training every day, dedicating several hours to hone his jumping skills. He converted the vast expanse of the meadow into his personal training ground. He hopped over logs, darted past clusters of rocks, bounded over small bushes, and leapt over tiny streams. With every jump, he pushed himself to leap stronger. With every bound, he aimed to reach higher. He tirelessly worked to improve his agility and strength. His vision of reaching the tantalizing leaves remained clear in his mind, acting as his guiding light, leading him to strive harder and jump higher. With every passing day, his leaps and bounds grew stronger, the distance he could cover steadily increasing. Chapter 5. Advice from Friends. His consistent efforts did not go unnoticed. His friends saw his determination, and despite their initial doubts, they began to help. The squirrels, skilled climbers, gave Benny tips on how to strengthen his legs for jumping. The birds, masters of the air, taught him about wind currents and how he could use them to his advantage. The old tortoise, wise from his years, shared nuggets of wisdom about patience and endurance. With their help and advice, Benny's training intensified, and he began to see significant improvement in his jumping height. Chapter 6. Benny's Big Jump. Several weeks had passed since Benny started his training. He felt stronger, and he knew he was ready to attempt reaching the leaves once more. As the sun began to rise, casting a warm golden glow over the meadow, Benny approached the tall tree. This time he was not alone. His friends were with him, their excited chatter filling the air. With a deep breath, Benny took a leap of faith, and to his delight, and to the amazement of his friends, Benny reached the high branch, finally able to taste the sweet, juicy leaves. Chapter 7. The Sweet Taste of Success. Benny's joy knew no bounds. The leaves were as delicious as he had imagined, but even more satisfying was his accomplishment. He had proven to himself and his friends that with hard work, determination, and a little help, any dream, no matter how high, could be achieved. His friends cheered, their excited voices echoing throughout the meadow. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to Benny's perseverance, and a reminder to everyone that no dream was too big if one dared to pursue it. Outro. So, my little friends, that's the tale of Benny the Bunny's Big Jump, a story of determination, perseverance, and the power of believing in one's dreams. We hope you enjoyed the tale, and remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming tales like this.